Were you planning to tell us about your job? You're making money while living under our roof, eating our food, using our utilities. Dad nodded. They decided that it's only fair you contribute to the household expenses. Half of your paycheck should cover it. Still, even with half my earnings gone, I managed to save enough to buy myself a smartphone. Nothing super fancy, but it was new and it was mine. The first real piece of technology I'd ever owned. I'd been using an ancient flip phone that could barely send texts, while Tommy had the latest iPhone. I was so proud of that phone. I downloaded educational apps, used it to take notes in class, even joined some study groups online. For a week, everything was perfect. Then Tommy spotted me using it. "Hey, that's a nice phone," he said, walking into my room without knocking. "Way better than that piece of junk you had before. Get it to me." I clutched the phone tighter. "No way. I bought this with my own money." His face twisted into that familiar spoiled expression. "Come on, my phone is getting old. I need a new one." But I refused again. He stormed out. I could hear him thundering down the stairs, and I knew exactly where he was going. Sure enough, 10 minutes later, Mom and Dad appeared in my doorway. "Riley," Dad said in his reasonable voice that was anything but reasonable, "your brother tells us you're being selfish." "I bought this phone myself," I said, trying to keep my voice steady, "with the money I earned after giving you half of my paycheck." They left eventually, but not before calling me ungrateful, selfish, and a terrible sister. I went to bed that night with my phone clutched tight to my chest. 3 days later, I found it in pieces on my bedroom floor. The screen was shattered, the case cracked open, like someone had deliberately stomped on it. When I confronted Tommy, he just smirked. "Maybe you should take better care of your things," he said with a shrug. "Stuff breaks sometimes." The day my college acceptance letters arrived should have been one of the happiest days of my life. All those late nights studying, the extra classes, the academic competitions, they had finally paid off. 3 colleges had accepted me: Riverside University, Wellington College, and our local state university. I sat on my bed, spreading the letters out in front of me. Riverside and Wellington were my dream schools, but they both required substantial tuition payments. State University wasn't as prestigious, but they'd offered me a full scholarship. The choice was obvious. I couldn't afford to pay for college on my own, and I knew better than to expect help from my parents. There was just one catch. The acceptance letter from State University included a note about housing. "As you reside within city limits, you do not qualify for student housing. Our dormitories are reserved for out-of-state and long-distance students only." I decided to share the news with my parents over dinner that night. Tommy was there too, shoveling pasta into his mouth while playing some game on his phone, the latest model of course. "I got accepted to college," I announced, trying to keep the pride in my voice. 3 of them actually. "I'm going to attend State University. They're offering me a full scholarship." To my surprise, both my parents looked up. Mom even smiled. "Well, that's wonderful, Riley," Dad said, actually sounding pleased for once. "You see what hard work can accomplish." I felt a warm glow in my chest. Maybe things were finally changing. Maybe they were finally seeing me. Then Mom cleared her throat. "Now that you're going to be an adult student, we need to discuss your living arrangements. We've decided you should pay rent." When they named the amount, I literally choked on my pasta. Tommy had to pound me on the back, looking far too amused by my distress. That's almost $1,000, I gasped when I could breathe again. "That's impossible. I can't afford that." Mom shrugged, taking a delicate bite of her dinner. "We pay rent for this house every month, Riley. Have been for years. You're an adult now. It's time you learn about real-world responsibilities." "But I'll be a full-time student," I protested. "Even if I worked a part-time jobs, I couldn't make that much." My parents exchanged a look I'd seen many times before, the one that meant trouble for me. "Well," Dad said slowly,